get control of it. Seemed to be pushed back. Eventually he does get control of it. He's becoming influential in this game as well. Chicky trying to shoot the ball in towards Youghal again out in front of his man. Youghal turns onto his left, shoots off his left. If it has the legs, it'll certainly go over the bar again. The keeper Collins bats it down. Is there anyone there for Youghal? Andrew Murphy trying to get out, can't get out as far as it. Back there is Neil Fitzpatrick. He seemed to be fouled. The referee leaves play go. Sars with the ball up the far side, looking towards James Burke and Alan Corbett. But over there is Aaron Kenny. Aaron Kenny shoots it in towards the middle. He gives a quick hand pass in towards Ron O'Sullivan. Ron O'Sullivan seemed to dally over it just a little bit, and he's lost the ball, and maybe Aaron Kenny would have been better off to drive the ball 60 yards down the field. Eventually it breaks back as far as Patrick O'Mahony, and he does exactly that, but he only drives it as far as Joe Cashman. The ball needs to be spread wide. Cashman coming out with the ball. He's going to shoot this in towards the full forward line. It's going the whole way in there. Owen Coleman goes and leaves it just go left and wide. So it's a case Ron O'Sullivan is coming off his man at centre forward, but we need to hit the wings with those balls, Mick. And Micheál O'Leary, son of Liam and Mairead O'Leary, I might add, he has been very he's winning every ball in there.
His first touch is great. Unfortunately, the last one he went into the goalie, and the goalie's under pressure because he batted it out. He's not comfortable, but the centre back is strong and slow. But if Ronan could take him out from the centre, but he's cute, he's staying in the centre. But it's a very good game, Ken.
Yeah, it's a good game of hurling, good stand of hurling. We've played 14 minutes here in Ballina, and the scoreline reads Youghal 1 goal and 3 points, Sars 5 points. The Youghal goal coming from their corner forward, Cash Ranson. It was scored at the 10th minute, and that at the moment is the difference between the two teams. Sideline for Sars. Pat Ryan, the far side, places the ball. Ryan, great ball, cuts it long in towards the full forward, but Vincey Murray gets a touch to it, breaks it to Aaron Kenny. Aaron Kenny shoots the ball first time down the field, looking towards Andrew Murphy. Andrew Murphy just behind Ross Fahey. Fahey coming out with the ball. Fahey slips it in here towards Joe Cashman. Joe Cashman looking to get all the ball. Cash Ranson around him. Joe managed to get the ball away, slips inside the full forward line in towards Daniel O'Mahony. O'Mahony trying to get out ahead of Lee McCarthy. Turns onto his right hand side, shoots off his right hand side and shoots just left and wide. So Mike Wells certainly leaving the game flow today. I see a change from Youghal. Stephen Toomey has instructed Andrew Murphy to go centre forward, and he's put Rowan O'Sullivan in full forward. So I'd imagine that's a case of standing underneath the centre back and contest every ball. That's the policy. Quick puck out over to Ross Desmond, who made a great run for it. Ross can't get it under control. First time vaccine. And it looked like he was being fouled there by Ian Burke, but the ball slips inside towards Alan Corbett. Aaron Kenny and Alan Corbett battling for the ball. Chris Savage back there. Chris battling for the ball. Eventually Ross Cameron pushes first time in it towards Andrew Murphy. Murphy whip first time in it. But Joe Cashman is back there, wins the ball. Cashman turns off his left hand side. Gets the ball in towards Ian Burke. Ian Burke in towards Andrew. Andrew Murphy is the man who comes up with it. Murphy trying to make space. Slips it over there towards Rowan O'Sullivan, who's come out from the full forward position. Sullivan off his left hand. It's going to drop short into the keeper's hand. The keeper don't catch it first time. Micheál is inside. Referee, a very soft free there. It looked a very soft free there.
The Sars goalie is a bit dicey.
Yeah, he's batted one where he should have caught it, and he tried to catch that one and it didn't get anywhere. So he's certainly something to be tested. Anyway, he has a good puck. He has a good free. It lands out here towards Patrick O'Mahony and David Burke. Ball breaks inside. Great catch by Dawson inside there. Dawson tried to get inside Patrick O'Mahony. Patrick O'Mahony obstructed him illegally, according to Mike Welsh, our referee here, and there's going to be a chance of a score here. And will it be the same free take? Will Ken Ryan come out again to take the free? It looks like he is. He's in the exact same position, so you'd imagine he will have learned from the first time. He has got a free already. He actually, the last score was 4.5 minutes ago, and it came from a free in the same position from Ken Ryan.
And it was a magnificent catch by David Dawson, and Pamani done his best, but unfortunately the referee gave a free.
Ken Ryan bends, picks. This looks a long ways wide to me again, unless the selectors or the umpires inside decide no. It looked as wide as the last one did anyway. They got the last one, they didn't get this one.
And Michael Welch have a very good view from where he's standing.
Yeah.
So justice has been done, but in case Youghal 1-3, that goal is very vital. 1-3 for Youghal, 5 points for Sales. Very competitive, Ken.
Coleman puck out, huge puck out towards Murphy and Joe Cashman. Cashman puts up his hand. Murphy, who's a great first time all whipped on the ball breaks inside her, and it is Cashman who gets the ball in towards the corner forward. Mark Flaherty again comes out for it, but he's beaten inside there again by Ken Ryan. Ryan tries to take him on, swings back to Hurley there dangerously, shoots the ball across the field over towards Dave Dawson and Chris Savage. Chris Savage done very well, used his body brilliantly to get across him, left it back to Patrick O'Mahony, who shoots it up towards Cash Ranson. Ranson leaves behind him, but again it breaks towards Savage. Savage gets it it towards Chicky. Chicky playing well this evening. Chicky on the run, shoots, tried to get the ball in towards Andrew Murphy, but he's beaten back there by Cashman again. He shoots it up the far side. Vincey Murray comes out with James Sweeney. They're a long ways out from full back. The Sars mentors on the sideline. Certainly not happy with the display of Michael Welch, but he's well noted for letting the game flow, Mickey. You know. Big danger for Youghal is that Vincey Murray's been dragged a long ways out. We see what Vincey is. He's out 45 metres out. Like James Sweeney, it is obviously applied to try to get the full back out and leave space inside for Daniel O'Mahony and Ken Ryan, the two corner forwards, because they are lively and every time they get the ball, they do cause problems for Lee McCarthy and Mark Flaherty. But the lads are doing well in them now.
They're hanging in there, and the scoreboard is unbelievable. It's 5 points for Sars and 1-3 for Youghal.
The sideline was taken quickly and it broke out again, so it's going to be another sideline for Youghal 10 metres further down from where the original one was taken, and it's Patrick O'Mahony again, who's wearing number 5, but it's over the far side taking the sideline. He'll be looking to get a better strike in it this time. He does too. He gets a great ball, but it's only as far as Pat Ryan, who was standing all on his own, but that ball is blocked down. And again, Ryan tries to get on again. It breaks inside towards his midfield partner, Buck trying to get away. He slips inside one challenge, goes on a run. Ross Desmond after him. He can't catch it again. He's caught it twice and he's still going, so he tries to get the ball in. Aaron Kenny comes out, gives him a shoulder. The ball breaks out the far side, and it's Ross who went back to win a great ball. Shoots it straight out towards the middle. It breaks inside as far as Ronan O'Sullivan. Ronan O'Sullivan gets outside his man, finds a great super pass to Andrew Murphy. If he could get it up first time, Vaskin. Andrew Murphy slips it back in towards Cash. Cash is 21 metres out. He shoots off his left-hand side and he shoots it over the bar, and it's a great score for Youghal. So Cash, who got a goal in the 10th minute, has got the next score for Youghal 9 minutes later in the 19th minute.
That's Cash's first score, so Colin got the goal.
Oh, sorry, it was Colin got the goal.
Right,
yeah, sorry.
Great score. Andrew Murphy done great work, and great work by Ross Desmond.
Mickey's quite right. Yeah. Again, the break outside, and it's Chicky, who wins the ball again, shoots onto his left hand in towards the corner for Youghal O'Leaka. This time, Anthony Garvey stands off Youghal O'Leaka, the ball goes overboard him. Garvey goes back to collect the ball off his left hand, clears up the far side. Looks like this ball just happened in front of us. Patrick O'Mahony goes for it, but it slips over him. Dawson going with the ball, David Dawson. Andrew Joyce trying to cover him back. Joyce going left and right. Dawson slips on the ground, slips the ball inside towards the centre forward, who's Alan Corbett. Corbett shoots first time. But it's great work back there by Andrew Joyce, who came. He looks like he's coming forward on this side here, I'd imagine. But it's great work. He tracked the whole way back there.
He's playing right out forward, number 10. But great work by Andrew there to get back. But good defending by the All Blacks, including Per Maney there. And that last score was great because it is 1-4 to Youghal, 5 points for Sars. Sars has not scored with a while, Ken.
Yeah, Sars actually haven't scored since the 12th minute, Mick, which is. But a long broken, it's broken inside, and again it's Ronan O'Sullivan who reacts quickest inside. He gets out ahead of his man Ross Fahey. He's playing a full forward now, shoots the ball across the field, looks towards Chicky. Youghal O'Leaka going for it as well. Will the ball break inside? It doesn't. It breaks down as far as Andrew Murphy. Can Murphy score? He slips the ball back towards Andrew Joyce. Andrew Joyce off his right hand shoulder, and he shoots it up in the air. But standing inside here looks like Cash Rasmussen. It breaks inside to Youghal O'Leaka. Youghal O'Leaka was gone. When you don't want him to blow the whistle, he blows the whistle. But Youghal O'Leaka had actually gone, and the referee blew the whistle, and it was certainly a goal scoring chance there for Youghal. Referee quick on the whistle that time.
Cash was fouled, is it?
Yeah, Cash was fouled as he went for the ball, and it broke inside. Youghal was gone. He was in one moment the goalkeeper. Certainly a goal scoring chance for Youghal there. But anyway, the free, if Colin Keenan can get something out of it, at least there will be a score. We've played 21 and a half minutes in the Seas Cork Junior B hurling final. The score is 1-4 to 5 points. Keenan with the free. And that looks, and it is good, and it's the Youghals' first score from a free, and it comes from the stick of Colin Keenan wearing 13, who has already, as you say, Mick scored a goal, so he now has won one goal from play, and the free. 21 minutes gone. It reads 1-5 to 5 points. Andrew Joyce, the only forward not to score so far, which is a great return for Youghal. Pucka won by Aaron Kenny. Kenny playing very well at centre back, now trying to break out between three men. He's been harassed and hounded. There's great pressure from Sars. The ball breaks to Ross. Ross can't pick it up, leaves it behind him. And it's walked in towards Alan Corbett there. And did he shoot the ball? Yeah, he did shoot the ball out. We're just watching the flighted ball. So immediately Sars come back down the field, and Alan Corbett gets their next score. So as we say, after 22 minutes, it reads 1-5 to 6 points. Long ball straight down towards Andrew Murphy. Caught brilliantly in the air there by Joe Cashman. Fine hurler. Shoots it in towards the full forward line. Vincey Murray skips over Vincey Murray in towards Ken. Is it Ken Ryan? Ken Ryan was fouled. Ken Ryan was it looks like he was fouled there, and the referee has. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do now. It looks like he's going to throw. No, he's throwing in the ball. Why is the ball being thrown in here, Mick?
Yeah, because I think that maybe because the player stopped, he stopped the play. Maybe he was wrong to stop.
Back with the action, and it's Sars who win the ball. They're walking out here towards David Dawson, trying to get inside Vincey Murray. Murray trying to stand up, turns onto his right hand. Great pressure from Murray. Murray managed to put so much pressure on Dawson, he shot the ball wide. But you're saying the reason it was thrown in?
Well, the corner forward, Ken Ryan stopped immediately, and the ref kind of blew, but I didn't think it hit towards the free. I'd say he blew by mistake, maybe.
Okay. Ball breaks aside. It's Pat Ryan and Chicky. Pat Ryan off his left hand, shoots it towards the corner. And again, it's Ken Ryan inside her. He's ahead of Flaherty this time. He gets it in towards the centre, in towards James Sweeney. James Sweeney off his left hand, shoots right and wide again. Yep. But Sars have changed. They have put James Sweeney to centre forward. They've put Alan Corbin into full forward.
Yeah.
So Youghal are making better use of their position.
And Adam Kenny's playing very well centre back, and that's a very strong player and playing very well. And that goal was vital. We said 1-5 to 6 points in favour of Youghal. I said they'll be happy enough with 5 minutes to go to the half time.
Lee McCarthy has switched over here onto Ken Ryan, which means Marco Flaherty has gone over onto Daniel O'Mahony. Ken Ryan was starting to become very influential, was getting a lot of ball, not getting a load of scores. Back with the action, James Buck the far side, shoots the ball in towards the corner again. And again, this time it's Daniel O'Mahony who slips inside Marco Flaherty. He turns onto his right hand, he shoots from the wing on his right hand, and it scores. So the corner forwards for Sars are very lively.
That's his second point. He got the first point as well. Daniel O'Mahony, James Sweeney have 2 points, number 14, and Ken Ryan have a point from a free.
So, not having scored from the 12th minute to the 22nd minute, Sars have now got 2 points in the last 2 minutes, and that narrows the gap down to 5 to 7 points. Just a solitary single point between them. Puck out on the far side, won again by Sars. Breaks inside here towards David Dawson. Dawson steps the ball inside towards Neil Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick being tracked back by Chicky. Fitzpatrick has an option outside him. Still going, drops the ball, but trying to get control of it. Has plenty of time to do so. Flicks the ball all the way back to Ian Buck in the middle of the field. Ross trying to get to him. Buck off his right hand side, shoots it off towards David Dawson. The ball breaks inside to Lee McCarthy. He had a chance to catch it, left it behind him. Vincey Murray comes out. And he's not very happy with Michael Welch. There, but there is certainly it looks like Alan Corbett to me is on the sideline. Vincey came out there and he's not very happy. As I say, Mick, it just looked like a tough physical challenge to me there.
I think it's challenge, and I think Vincey have a blood injury, touch of a head injury, but it was a clash of a helmet and a body. I'd take in.
Right, okay. If this is a free for Sars, it's certainly a chance, which is 4 minutes to go at the half time. It certainly is a chance to tie it up, and it's 7 points to 1-5. There's a blood sub for Sars as well. Vincey Murray isn't happy. I see the Sars selectors there calling McAuliffe to warm up there. Yes, Ty McAuliffe, number 17. It looks like he could be coming on full forward. The blood sub is the right corner forward, Ken Ryan, who has been very influential, but he's been taken off as a blood sub. The referee said, I don't know, is this a free, Mick? I think the referee blew the whistle when he saw the challenge and players hit the ground. I'm not sure it's a free.
Right. I think you're right, Ken.
So it's Ty McAuliffe wearing 17 who comes on in the 26 minutes as a blood substitute. And we are right. It is going to be a throw-in ball. Mike Welch just waiting for Paul Connery, the Youghal physio, to make his way off the team. And I see Pat Ryan and Chicky getting to know each other inside our Welch. And there's about 8 players where there should only be 2 players. Throws the ball in. How does this develop? It breaks inside here. There's Ryan trying to get over the ball, use his considerable frame to try to get over the ball. Aaron Kenny trying to do the same for Youghal. Several players trying to do it. Eventually it breaks out. It breaks out with Sars, and it's Pat Ryan on his left hand side looking for his first score. He shoots it off his left hand and shoots it right and wide. Has a chance for Pat Ryan to tie the game up here. I see Andrew Joyce looking for Rowan Coleman to shoot a quick one. Owen taking his time, using experience, trying to slow things down again for Youghal, and shoots a huge ball down the far side out towards Cash Ranson. Ranson beaten this time for the ball. Ball breaks inside towards Ian Buck. Ian Buck can't control it, but who can control it is James Sweeney, now operating at centre forward. Shoots the ball into the corner. Again looking for Daniel O'Mahony. O'Mahony this time he's been marked now by Chris Savage. Chris Savage has fouled him. So it looks like Youghal have pushed Chris Savage back corner back and put Mark Flaherty, who was struggling a little bit in the full back line. He has and put Chris Howard's back and put Mark Flaherty out at left wing back now. So it is an opportunity here now for Daniel O'Mahony.
Yeah, they have 2 free takers because Ken Ryan got a point from a free early on.
But Ken Ryan is just coming back onto the play now. He was off as a blood sub. So it's Daniel O'Mahony going to take it this time. We've played 28 minutes. Youghal haven't scored in 7 minutes. They could do with a score before half time.
Go 1-5 to 7 points as Daniel O'Mahony take this. It's out in the sideline, but he's very like Ken Ryan. Wide.
Off the crossbar, breaks back towards Ken Ryan, can shot. Goal! And I think it wasn't the best struck shot in the world. It looked like to me that Ken Ryan had come back onto the field.
Ken got it.
Ken Ryan looks like he got the goal. It's a goal for Youghal. It looked like Owen Coleman had it under control. We hadn't a perfect view over here, but it looked like it might have slipped in underneath him. Yeah. So 28 minutes gone, Ken Ryan with a goal for Sars, and that's a great boost for Sars now. They've got the last 3 scores, 1-2 they've scored without reply to Youghal. Back with the action, ball breaks down the far side. Youghal need a score to keep this ticket over. Back in towards Ryan again in the corner. Lee McCarthy comes out first time. Out the middle of the field, Ross Desmond first time in towards Andrew Joyce. Joyce off his left hand, 60 yards out. That's not going to go over the bar, but it's going to go inside her. But first time hurling from Lee McCarthy inside her was great hurling, and Ross Desmond let the ball fly.
A score now, Ken, for Youghal before
we need a score. It now reads 1-5 to 1-7
in favour of Sales.
Puck out inside by Collins down the far side again. Mark Flaherty go for it, breaks, and behind him towards Aaron Kenny and James Sweeney. Mark Flaherty this time gathers brilliantly, shoots the ball down the far side. Andrew Murphy over there with Joe Cashman, but a ball beats both players and goes out over the sideline. We're just coming to the short whistle. We've 30 seconds to half time plus very little injury time that's there to be added on.
Yes. There's not a puff of wind, Ken.
No, it's an ideal. It's a pity that goal went in, make if that goal wouldn't go in.
But Youghal was still well in the game, but they must keep it up. Both teams are very fit. Pat Ryan used
quick, absolutely. Back towards Joe Cashman. Nobody was watching Joe. Joe shoots a ball in from 80 yards out. It's not going to go wide. It's going to land inside. Lee McCarthy has done well. Vincey Murray coming across does well. First time out the field. Gets out towards Andrew Joyce. Joyce has time and space. Controls the ball. This guy has legs if he goes at it. He is going at it. Gets his head up now and slips inside 1-2 challenges. He has to be quicker. He's going to be half blocked down trying to get towards Ron Sullivan, but he was just took a split second and eventually the ball breaks inside there for the free. But just a little bit of inexperience. Probably could have shot the ball faster, but we need guys like Andrew Joyce to get on the ball and shoot and run at these Sars players.
And Youghal Acre didn't get any ball with 10 minutes, and we need fellas like Youghal to keep the scoreboard ticking because it's 1-5, like you said. Youghal didn't score now with nearly 10 minutes.
Yeah. The last Youghal score was from Colin Keenan. Free in towards the corner, and again it's that corner forward. He's out in front the whole time. Daniel O'Mahony playing the ball in towards James Burke, but it's left behind this time. Murray comes out for it. Murray trying to break it, loses control of it, and still battle away. Eventually Chicky trying to come in, and it breaks to a Sars player. That's Sweeney. Sweeney tried to walk it over towards Ian Buck. Ian Buck gets it back in towards Sweeney. Sweeney off on a run. He's been harassed by Ross. Ross tries to get a touch to it. It breaks inside there to Aaron Kenny, who's very important for you all this evening. Gets the ball out towards Andrew Joyce. Andrew Joyce